Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Tomorrow night, Newcastle host Wolves at St James's Park, looking for 9 wins in a row. We'll preview that game at the end of the show because first of all, I want to dive straight into some breaking transfer news on this Tuesday early afternoon. So as things develop, who knows? We might be back tonight because this is your place to be for all the latest Newcastle United transfer news in general, and everything else. So make sure you smash a like on this one and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And before we do talk about today's player links, and there's a strong one that's coming out from Turkey, let's have a word from our sponsors. Very happy to announce that our brand new sponsor for the new year is StocksFC. StocksFC is the football stock market where you can buy stocks in your favourite players and earn cash rewards based on real world performances. And they are giving away 5 free stocks to every user that signs up this month through my link in the description or the QR code on your screen. So that gives you a chance to get started and get familiarised with the platform. You can scout young new prodigies and buy them early before the price potentially rises. Should have done that with Lewis Hall at the start of the season. Or you can buy stocks in proven stores. So you can literally put your money where your mouth is. You think you got ball knowledge, you think you know your stuff, back it and reward yourself with cold, hard cash. So check the link in the description to get yourself 5 free loan stocks and begin your journey with StocksFC. Right then, could Newcastle be about to sell Lloyd Kelly? The defender who signed on a free just last summer, a few months into his Magpies career, could be heading out the door according to reports in Turkey. Interesting one, this one. I mean, it would be a PSR dream for Newcastle United, to be fair. Get him on a free, sell him and make some money. And let's be real, he is rumoured to be on £150,000 a week, one of Newcastle United's highest earners, which I find it so hard to believe. Maybe 100, but 150, my days, who signed off on that? Was that Dan Ashworth? Was that a little dodgy one before he left to Man United or what? Because my days, he'd already agreed that early. 150 G's for Lloyd Kelly. I know he's a free and obviously you're not paying a fee. You know, you're not paying whatever you would cost 10 million, whatever, to Bournemouth or, you know, but really, that much money. Mental. There's a lot of players at Newcastle United on less than that, and they're probably scratching their heads. And no wonder Gordon and Isak and everyone else is wanting new deals, and Gordon got one not long ago when they see Lloyd Kelly getting bloody 150 G's a week. So let's have a look at the official report, you know, the news release from Turkey that's came out with these links from Fenerbahce to Lloyd Kelly, and it's also worth noting what Sky Sports are reporting with Fenerbahce being linked to Aston Villa's Diego Carlos. These are obviously intertwining. Could it be a distraction tool from them? We'll wait and see. But first of all, the news that broke an hour ago is that Fenerbahce have made an official offer for Newcastle United centre-back Lloyd Kelly. Mourinho wants a bit of Kelly. Clubs now negotiating with one another over a fee, and that's according to Sercan Hamzalu, the Turkish reporter, you know, a big Turkish journalist out there. He's got a lot of respect, a lot of followers. He's meant to be credible. So that's what he's saying. That's what the reports over there in Turkey are saying, that Fenerbahce have now turned their attention to Lloyd Kelly because things have stalled with Aston Villa over Diego Carlos. And the problem with Carlos is that a lot of other clubs are interested in him. Funny enough, Newcastle actually tried to sign Diego Carlos, didn't they? From Seville as one of our first targets. Before we got Botman, we were eyeing up Diego Carlos, but he did choose Aston Villa, and Sevilla did hold out for a big fee. So be interesting to see where Carlos ends up. It was meant to be Mourinho's Fenerbahce, but now it looks like it's going to be elsewhere, because despite several days of negotiations, a final bid was not accepted by Villa. More clubs have now joined the race for Diego Carlos. That's what the main man Fabrizio Romano has said. So it looks like Fenerbahce are done now with Carlos. They want to move on, and they are moving on to Lloyd Kelly. Or, like I say, on the other hand, are they? Are they just saying that so then Fenerbahce come back to them and Aston Villa say, oh, all right, then yeah, we'll accept it, or just give away another million or two and then they'll get a deal struck? Or are they just moving on, you know, because Diego Carlos looks like he's set to go somewhere else. Sees that Villa are seeing this as a bit of a low ball offer in the final bid, so it hasn't worked out, even though, you know, several days of negotiations. You think you'd know where each other are at. So, yeah, it looks like maybe they are moving on from Carlos, and now they want Lloyd Kelly. So Kelly to Fenerbahce. Listen, this would be a brilliant move. I'm not massively against Kelly. I see a lot of people giving him stick from his Bromley performance, and he was awful, he was bad, he was slow, he was giving the ball away. And he's had, I think, one good game for Newcastle United so far against Chelsea in the earlier rounds of the Carabao Cup. He was really, really good. But when he has came in, he hasn't looked good, like. So I get the frustration. I get people saying sell him, and I would sell him as well, by the way. But I'm not going to hound him out because I haven't seen much of him. I cannot judge him much. And when he does come in against Bromley, we'll see he play crap. But at the same time, he hasn't had much game time, has he? He hasn't had much match experience at Newcastle. He hasn't had much time to bend the team, learn his team around him, get settled in. None of that. Because he's barely played a minute. But now with Sven Botman coming back, now with Dan Bain's form, do we really need Lloyd Kelly around the place? Especially if he's on this big wage that he's rumoured to be on, 150 grand. Even if it was 90 grand, 100 grand. Can we not get someone else in? Do you know what I mean? Can you not just promote a youth player as a big backup there? Alex Murphy, the young Irish centre-back, he's rumoured to go out on loan this month because he wants game time. There's got to be a better option than a Kelly there. If there's a team willing to come in and offer you good money for him, it's a no-brainer. Like I said, for FFP as well, we got him for £0. We're paying him a good wage, so you get that wage off the books. But if you can get money for him, what is he? He's still an alright age. I think he's 26. He's got loads of Premier League experience at Bournemouth. He was their captain for a bit as well. He's versatile. Remember, he can play left-back, centre-back and that. So if we could get 10 million for him or whatever, I'm not sure, the price tag isn't noted, but you can get some money for him when you paid nothing for him and he's picking up a hefty salary every week, then it makes sense. Listen, if Fenerbahce want him, they can have him. I think that would be a great move for Newcastle. Or are they just trying to get Villa to come closer to an agreement with Diego Carlos? Is it mind games? Well, some big Turkish reporters are saying that the bid has been placed and talks are ongoing between Newcastle and Fenerbahce to see if they can agree on a sale of Lloyd Kelly. So that is definitely one to keep an eye on. Is there an eye on a new winger at Newcastle then? Or does it mean that Almiron is staying? Because the news broke this morning at his press conference that Harvey Barnes is going to be out for a month. He injured himself crossing the ball. Doing his job. You know what I mean? Never heard that one before. Crossing the ball, mind. Well, muscle strain, I suppose. But from what I could see in the stands, he didn't look like he was putting any effort in any passes on the weekend. So maybe he was already carrying a knock. Because, I like Barnes. I've stuck up for him. Even a lot of people are saying, I'm not bothered about Barnes being injured. Sell Barnes. I think Barnes is a really good player. And he stepped up with some big goals and some big moments for the Toon. And I like him. I really do. But the problem with Barnes is when he starts games, he doesn't really have an impact. He is that super sub. And it's like, well, is he going to be happy to continue being a super sub? Back up to Gordon and stuff. It doesn't seem that way, but he is going to be out for a month now, and that's a big blow. We've got lots of games coming up. 2 games this week. We obviously the cup finals in March, hopefully, when we get there. If we get there, when we get there. The semi-final, second leg next month. So there's some games where we could have done with Harvey Barnes being back up, coming off the bench, maybe starting 1 or 2 fixtures. So him being ruled out, I would say that is a big blow, especially for the lack of wingers that we do have. And on that right-hand side, if we were to sell Miguel Almiron, then we would only be left with Jacob Murphy. With both sides, really. Unless, it's Trevan Sanusi time to, make his mark. He did come on against Bromley. He looked lively. They didn't really have an end product. They didn't really make something happen. But he did look threatening. There's obviously a lot of potential there. Listen, the lad's only 17, so plenty of work to be done on the training pitch. But with Sanusi, might open up the door for him for a while. It is only a month. But like I said, there's a lot of fixtures coming up, so it's a blow with Barnes, and it looks like he's a bit injury prone now, which is a worry for me. Do you know what I mean? He's picked up a few knocks now at Newcastle. He obviously had that long-term injury last season with the dodgy toe that nobody could diagnose. So he's out there, and he's out again. So that's a concern. There was even rumours that Harvey Barnes would be sold this window to cash in on PSR and to cash in on him. He's a wanted man. A lot of teams would take him. And he can't get minutes at Newcastle, and he's apparently unhappy with that. So, how can you be unhappy with that when you've got Anthony Gordon there? I'm not sure many wingers in European football and world football will get in ahead of Anthony Gordon right now. So, he's got to fight for his place, man. But he's injured, so does that mean Newcastle are now going to go into the market more so for that winger? Because we know now we're going to be short on numbers. Or do the easy option, the daft option, the wrong option, and keep Almiron. We know Almiron's not good enough anymore. It's time to shift him on. That's been a long time coming. Charlotte, American clubs, Brazilian clubs, they're all interested in him. So just cash in and please get a replacement in, man. So will Newcastle then look to your Semenyos from Bournemouth, your Bakayokos from PSVs, your Mbumos for Brentford this window, or will that have to wait until the summer? I hope not. I would love to see a winger come in and give everyone a kick up the arse this season and, continue this run of form, because how long before Murphy's pivotal patch runs out? Hopefully not. He's doing a great job of carrying on. But we know Almiron had those patches. If Murphy's form starts fading away a bit and his goals and assists dry up, we've got no one else to come in, especially with the Barnes injury, then we're looking a bit knackered there, aren't we? So I think it's a push even more now to get that winger in and not wait until the summer. But we know they say it's difficult to get deals done and clubs don't want to sell and it costs a lot of money. But yeah, the good news is that no PSR sanctions for Newcastle. We knew that would be the case anyways, since we end up selling Elliot Anderson and Yankuba Minta before that deadline at the end of June last year. But no Premier League clubs have had a PSR sanction, which was interesting in this reveal today, the news report. Hopefully that'll give us a boost and be like, right, there we go. Get the 50 million spent, get the checkbook out, get a winger in, get it sorted. That's what I'm hoping for. Let us know what you think will happen in the transfer market below. Let's put the old specs on once more and just have a little highlight run through quickly about Eddie Howe's press conference. He talked about Botman being fine to come back after being rested. Everyone from Bromley that did get rested, you know, your Botman, your Isaac, Murphy and that are fine to play tomorrow, so that's good news. He said with Martin Dubravka, all the talk's been about Dubravka lately, hasn't it? No change with him, discussions are taking place. He's not directly involved in them, but he says that, you know, Dubravka's handled himself very well, and he obviously hopes he can agree to stay. But Newcastle were actually linked with another goalkeeper, fresh name from France yesterday, to rival PSG, signing Lille goalkeeper Lucas Chevalier. Probably said that wrong, most definitely. Chevalier? Don't know. Him anyway, young, highly rated keeper over there in Lille. PSG want him, so I hope we've got some money to spend in to rival them for the bit of him. But he is a sought-after goalkeeper. He looks like a top talent, so definitely want to keep an eye on again. Eddie Howe can obviously go down in history as well with a win tomorrow night. 9 wins in a row, which would equal Kevin Keegan's record from the early 90s. If he can manage that feat, which is some achievement. I think Rafa might have done it in the Championship, but 9 wins in a row at top level, and obviously that was the old First Division with Keegan. So now you're talking Premier League. If Howe can do that, wow, what an achievement and what a way to put himself down the history books and keep that going. Try and get 10 in a row, obviously, come Saturday. Right then, what did Howe say about tomorrow night's opponents? Obviously, Vitor Pereira has just took over at Wolverhampton Wanderers, and Howe is bigging him up, saying he's connected with the players very quickly, and they're playing with confidence, they're on good form, they look a settled team with a clear identity. It'll be a very dangerous game. They've got some top players, and it's going to be a tough ask against them opponents tomorrow night. And I agree, you know. I think a lot of people might be sleeping on Wolves a little bit. I'm starting to get a bit of a deja vu feeling about when we got beat off West Ham. To be fair, you know, that game, everyone went into that match thinking, oh, it's going to be an easy win tonight. You know, West Ham are in the mud. And then they turn up and turn us over 2-0. So this one has a potential banana skin. I really do think it has. I mean, I think we'll win. Listen, I'll say it now. I think we'll win 2-0. Got the Bromley score right in the end. They bet on the 3-1. Lovely stuff. 3-1 or 5-1. Went with the 3-1 in the end. 2-0 Newcastle this one. Although Cunha is back. And if he wasn't playing, I'd back with so much. Because he is a quality player. Matthias Cunha. So they do have the odd threat. But I think at St James Park, if we can continue this run where we're scoring early goals, that would be brilliant. Obviously didn't at Bromley in the FA Cup. But in the Premier League, we'll have done so. And I just don't sleepwalk this one. Don't underestimate them. Which I'm sure they won't. I hope they don't. And we'll get that 9th win in a row. But Wolves carry that threat of, you know, new manager. Like Howe said, they're on a bit of form. They're carrying a bit of confidence. They've got the best player back now in Cunha. So I might be a bit of a nervy night. I really hope not. But I still think we'll get the 3 points. And that's all that matters. We've just got to keep on this winning form. Keep pushing for the top 4. And hopefully the lads can do that. You know, Isaac's back. If he can score again, that'd be brilliant. You know, he's breaking records as well. He's on his way to do that. I think it's Joe Willock. He's going to equal Joe Willock. And obviously he's beat Shearer 7 in a row. So, yeah, what a run Isaac's on. What a run Newcastle are on. Hopefully it continues tomorrow night against Wolves. I'll be there, so stay tuned to all the action for that one. Drop your score predictions in the comments below. And remember to scan that QR code. Get yourselves involved in StocksFC. Have yourself a play around on the website. 5 free loan stocks on there for you so you can make some cash for now. Let us know how you get on in the comments. Subscribe to Magpie Channel TV and enjoy yourself.